Sometimes I get asked, how do I fix my problems, my struggles, the discord in my family that I face? It seems that everything I do ends in failure. These struggles are a lot like a ball of yarn that gets knotted. It seems impossible to untangle these knots. But Our Lady, one by one, can untie every knot. Allow me to tell you how she does this and what we must do in return. Howdy and welcome to America Needs Fatima. My name is 𝗲𝗏𝗻𝗄𝗃 and it is my pleasure to be your guide today as we all journey further in our devotion to Our Lady. Make sure to hit subscribe and click the notification bell to never miss out on another story of Mary. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. Can you think of anyone who has gotten into a bigger tangle than our first parents Adam and Eve? The thought crossed Saint Irenaeus' mind in the 2nd century to write that the knot of Eve's disobedience was untied by the obedience of Mary. While Eve brought sin and death into the human race, Mary, who is called the new Eve, participates in the salvation of the human race through her son, Jesus. This thought is really worth pondering. Our Lady's faith actually unties the knots of sin. Not just Eve, but yours and mine too. The devotion to Our Lady, Undoer of Knots, has a fascinating origin. Do you see the image of Our Lady on your screen, untying a knotted white ribbon? A series of events that happened in the life of Hieronymus Ambrosius Langenmantel, a canon of the Monastery of Saint Peter in Augsburg, Germany, led to the painting of this image. In the 17th century, the canon's grandfather, Wolfgang, was on the verge of separation from his wife Sophia. Wanting to save the marriage, he sought help from a certain Father Rem. In a solemn ritual act, Father Rem prayed to the Blessed Virgin Mary and said, "In this religious act, I raise the bonds of matrimony to untie all knots and smoothen them." Then he elevated the wedding ribbon, which had joined their arms together during their wedding ceremony, and he proceeded to untie the knots one by one. While smoothing the ribbon out, the white ribbon attained such an intense brightness that not even the palette of any painter could have reproduced it. Immediately, peace was restored between the husband and wife, and the separation did not happen. In thanksgiving, and to keep the memory of this event alive, their grandson commissioned the painting of the Untier of Knots. This story reminds us of our own problems and struggles we face, for which we don't see any solution. Knots of discord in our family, violence, and the absence of peace and joy at home. This brings me to an important question. As Our Lady works to untie your knots, perhaps you could charitably pass on the favor. Will you help me create more fresh and engaging Catholic content to reach potentially millions more souls? Click the link below to leave a small donation. You could be directly responsible for fixing so many people's lives. May Our Lady grant you many graces. Okay, here's some more examples of how Our Lady can solve some of our most crippling problems. There are the knots of a drug-addicted child, being sick or separated from home or God. Knots of alcoholism, the practice of abortion, depression, unemployment, fear, solitude, all the knots of our life that suffocate the soul, beat us down and betray the heart's joy, and separates us from God. It is like when a ball of yarn that gets tangled, it is impossible to untangle because of our impatience. The first thing we need to do is to place ourselves under the protection of the Blessed Virgin Mary, Mother of God, our help, our advocate, and our intercessor. Through prayer and meditation, we will be able to see how those knots were made and the reason why they were made. With Our Lady's maternal assistance, one by one you will untie every knot. Start with the most simple knots so that you can have more clarity until you reach the main ones. This is why patience is so necessary. We need to use self-examination and analyze ourselves and pray. Prayer is what will give us the determination to continue and to never give up. I like to think of the 3 Fatima seers who were from practicing Catholic families. Even they had knots of discord in their families over Our Lady's appearance to them. Then they were abducted by the mayor who attempted to force Our Lady's secrets from them. What did they do? They held fast and trusted in Our Lady. Because of her insistence and prayer and reparation, they transformed their lives and attained heroic sanctity. Let us all hope that we can imitate their holy insistence. And that's the end of today's episode. Thank you for watching, everyone. May God bless you and Mary Immaculate keep you under her mantle. God love you. Thanks for watching. To save souls, there needs to be more Fatima-focused content on YouTube. If you agree and you want to help me make more videos, please join our special Child of Mary group. As a Child of Mary, you'll get a beautiful Fatima pin, plus inspiring reports on America Needs Fatima work to save souls. Click the link in the description below to learn more and become a Child of Mary. God love you.